Welcome to the ReelWorld Film Festival 2016. We're here in Toronto. I'm sitting here with a gentleman who's from the First Nations, Coty. Coty, I'd like you to introduce the title behind where you're involved.
So Sego, Radari Karaga, Yunkyats. My name is Coty Zachariah, and I'm the chairperson for the National Aboriginal Caucus. Basically, what I do in my capacity there is I advocate for all Indigenous students in post-secondary education. I help design campaigns and just make sure any of their concerns are addressed.
You're also talking about a non-profit organization that you're involved with that involves not only the First Nations but the non-First Nations too.
Yeah, I'm the marketing and development coordinator for a non-for-profit called Canadian Roots Exchange. And what really drew me to that work is like you mentioned, and we were discussing, that we focus on bringing together Indigenous and non-Indigenous youth to do reconciliation work and just to have those places to have those tough conversations where we can get past the stereotypes or the stigma that actually hold us back from meaningful interaction.
What do you think of the ReelWorld Film Festival right now? What kind of thoughts are you thinking looking at all the different films?
I just saw Miriam. I was very impressed actually by the topic that ReelWorld is showcasing. A lot of the social justice documentaries or pieces out there don't always get these type of forums like the ReelWorld Film Festival. So I'm really happy that they've done that and shared that story. It related so much to my own experience, and you know they highlighted a young Muslim woman in France, but even though it was in another country, it was still very relevant. You know, it was very relatable. So yeah, kudos to ReelWorld for having this type of material here.
In the past, I used to do talk radio, and we used to talk about an awful lot of First Nation issues. What I'd like you to get from you, how much have you feel that it's changed for the better, and how much further does it have to go here in Canada?
Well, personally, I've noticed, Reg, that especially since Idle No More, it's been on a lot more people's radar. Indigenous issues. I feel like it's a lot more of a talking point. You know, especially with the Truth and Reconciliation Commission as well. I'm seeing a positive transition into a safer space, a more equitable space for Indigenous peoples on this land, our original land. I still think we have a long way to go. You know, we're taking the right steps. But it doesn't happen overnight, right? Reconciliation is a process. I think we need to unlearn. I think we need to unpack a lot of things. It's going to take some uncomfortableness. It's going to take some hard conversations. But if that's what it takes to get to that next step, to get to that more holistic Canada, I think that's a major investment, worth putting your energy and your heart into it. That's the word I was thinking for. Worth putting your heart into it, because that's what it's going to take. We have to connect.
I want to thank you so much for your time there, Coty. And it's individuals like yourself from the youth and the First Nations joining together with the non-First Nations, and we can get a better Canada as we work together.
Thank you very much, and I appreciate you giving me the space to talk about this.